as you're aware, last year a census was conducted, and that's a preliminary or precursor to redistricting. And as we look forward to next year, obviously Virginia runs odd-year elections, so we'll have elections for all the members of the House of Delegates and all the members of the State Senate this November. Between now and this November, adjustments are going to have to be made to legislative districts all around the Commonwealth as we try to come to grips with the results of that census and what it means for the districts and redistricting. Clearly, where we've seen large population gains, Prince William County, Loudoun County, around the Fredericksburg area, will in all likelihood get at least one Senate seat, and perhaps two Senate seats will move from other parts of the state to Northern Virginia, increasing the amount of representation from North Virginia, which is obviously reflective of the population growth in that area. In Hampton Roads, we have a somewhat different dilemma in that the entire state population has grown by 13% in the last decade, while in the Hampton Roads area we've grown by about 3%. So clearly we are going to be in a position to have either much larger districts in terms of the physical area, or perhaps we're sure lose one House of Delegates seat in the Hampton Roads area and may well lose one Senate seat in the Hampton Roads area. And so right now, those of us that are in office and those that are thinking about running for office will certainly have some opportunities opening up. And over the next 6-7 weeks, we'll be working on those maps and trying to adjust the district lines to reflect the population. Virginia is now about 8 million people. There are 40 Senate seats, so the division's pretty easy. Each senator is going to represent 200,000 people. Similarly, in the House of Delegates, each member of the House of Delegates will represent, there's 100 delegates, so 80,000 people. So those are the lines, the district lines will be drawn. It's unique in that we're in the minority, with the Republicans in the minority in the Senate, and typically the majority party controls the redistricting. So in the House, the Republicans are the majority, so the Republicans will control the redistricting lines there, and in the Senate, the Democrats control the redistricting lines, and they'll control that. But we do have, as Republicans, at least one additional advantage, in that Governor McDonnell will have to sign these redistricting bills. Once they are settled, and once the governor does sign them, we're not done yet, because of the Voting Rights Act and various lawsuits decades ago. We'll then have to submit our redistricting plan to the Department of Justice in Washington, who will have to then approve it, and then we'll know exactly what the district lines look like. If the Department of Justice disapproves it, we'll have to come back, redistrict again, and send it back up to them. So we're not really going to know exactly where we're running until probably July or August of this year, which leaves very little time for primaries, for conventions, and then the following on, ultimately, the general election. So it'll be a very, very interesting time. It only happens once every 10 years, thank goodness, but it'll be very, very interesting, and we're looking forward to going through the redistricting process. We will leave here on Saturday. And then 45 days later we'll come back for the veto session, and then right after the veto session we'll go right into the redistricting session, and presumably by early April we'll know preliminary what the lines look like, and from there we'll move forward. So again, thank you all for visiting with us and watching this website as we move through the 2011 session of the General Assembly, and it's never over in Virginia, and we're never far away from another election. There's an election every year, and we do thank all your support that you provided the Republican Party and Republican candidates around the state, and encourage all of you all to get involved, and really encourage you to look at various districts that you may want to run in, or you may want to support a local candidate of your choice. And so stay tuned, and we'll see where it all ends up.